Paul, you've been keeping an eye, I know, on what's happening here as far as our fire conditions, but also what's happening across our country.
Yeah, because people have friends, relatives that live all across the country, and that part of the country on the Gulf Coast of Texas and Louisiana is squarely in the crosshairs from Hurricane Laura. Category 1 hurricane right now, but let's switch over to the forecast path of the storm. It's going to undergo rapid intensification, which is actually a technical term. It means that the storm is going to strengthen by a certain amount over the next 24 hours. Current forecast from the National Hurricane Center shows it as a major Category 3 hurricane as it makes landfall on the mouth of the Sabine River by early on Thursday morning, really late on Wednesday night, with 115-mile-an-hour sustained winds. But some of the forecast model data even shows it as a Category 4 hurricane, just devastating for some of the same parts of the country that were affected by Hurricane Ike, Hurricane Rita, Tropical Storm Imelda, Hurricane Harvey, all of those storms making landfall in a very similar spot, and then it weakens and moves farther inland, but still bringing tons of rain. Around here, the issue, of course, is still the air quality. This map doesn't look as bad as it even did earlier today. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll show you a time lapse of how the air quality has evolved over the past several hours. It's still not great, but at least there are some green dots on the map indicating okay air quality. More yellow dots, that moderate category, but still some of the worst air quality is right around San Jose, and it's going to be in the same category again tomorrow. Unhealthy for the East Bay and the Santa Clara Valley. The wind has been gusting up to about 15 to 20 miles an hour, kind of funneling through the Golden Gate and then spreading out through the valleys of the Bay Area. But as long as it's a consistent direction, the fire crews can anticipate that, and they've been really helped out by higher levels of relative humidity. The lowest number on the map right now is 39% in Concord. It's not uncommon to see relative humidity levels in the 10 to 15% range this time of year. So anything that's in the 30s, 40s, and 50s is a bonus. But of course, there's the haze still hanging out over San Jose, where the high temperature stayed below 80 degrees today. That certainly helps. 81 Santa Rosa, only 88 degrees for the hot spot in Concord. Made it to 67 degrees downtown. That temperature at SFO is still 67. Well, the downtown reading has backed off a few more degrees. Current temperatures, a lot of 70s on the map, just a couple spots in the 80s in Concord and in Livermore, and it's going to be similar tomorrow, maybe even a degree or two cooler. We'll start off in the 50s and low 60s early tomorrow morning. Not bad for late August, very close to normal for this time of year. Warming up to the upper 60s in the city before that onshore breeze kicks in and starts to bring the marine layer back in and drops temperatures down into the low to mid 60s by this time tomorrow evening. High temperatures in San Jose, maybe a few degrees warmer than today, reaching up into the low to mid 80s during the afternoon. But again, the air quality is going to be the dominant feature that you have to worry about in the Santa Clara Valley. For Santa Rosa, temperatures warming up into the low 80s for highs tomorrow. We should make it up into the upper 80s in Concord, but that's going to be one of the hot spots on the map. The very hottest spots will be east of the Diablo Range, Fairfield, Antioch, Brentwood, reaching up to around 90 degrees. But again, it's August. This isn't a bad-looking temperature map, and the cooler the temperatures are, the higher the relative humidity is, and that really helps out the fire crews as they continue to battle away at all of the hundreds of thousands of acres of wildfires that we have across the Bay Area. Temperatures will warm up a bit for the end of the work week on Friday, especially inland with highs in the low to mid-90s. And we kind of stay in that territory as we head through the weekend into early next week. Around the Bay, upper 60s for the next couple days, low 70s on the east side of the Bay, maybe just a few degrees warmer as we go into the weekend with mid to upper 60s along the coast. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll zoom in for an even closer look at tomorrow's high temperatures, and we'll have that look back at our air quality as it has changed a bit over the past several hours.